Okay, so members, you are all welcome to this meetup. This is our meetup for September for WordPress community, WordPress Jinja meetup. Usually we have meetups every month, at least one. We are supposed to have at least one meetup where we come and we share about any of the topics that has been trending that week, that month. Usually we have a community. Members normally come. Members normally raise a number of issues during the month, and so we come up and then we share. We have WordPress Jinja meetup on meetup.com, and ever since COVID came, we have been organizing online meetups. But when COVID is done, I hope we are going to go back to the physical meetups very soon. We can have them in Jinja, we can have them in Kampala, we can have them in any part of Uganda. But this particular meetup is based in Jinja. We have been having a number of meetups. We also have other meetups in Kampala, WordPress Kampala meetup and WordPress Entebbe meetup. These are official meetup chapters recognized by WordPress, and they are supported by WordPress in many aspects. So I want to encourage members to subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed, you go to meetup.com and you join. You click on join this group, WordPress Jinja meetup, and then you can always get notifications of any of these meetups which we shall be organizing. Now, for today, we are going to be looking at cPanel, Webmail, and WordPress. cPanel, Webmail, and WordPress email delivery. This is what we are going to be looking at. It is a very big issue. Many of us who have websites, most of the websites send out emails. For example, when people register on your site, you want to send them an email to confirm they have registered. If people are buying anything on your shop, you send them emails. Emails are normally sent out from the website to the clients. So if a visitor sends a message through the contact form, an email is sent out. So you don't want those emails to be going to the spam folder. Email providers like Gmail, for example, they have put up a lot of rules so that emails, when emails come in, a very big percentage of those emails can easily go to spam if the people who sent them have not done some things to validate their email and to authenticate the email. So this is one of the things that we need to know. So we don't want our emails to end up in spam folder. So you find very many emails going to spam folder because of a number of issues. So one of the things that we are going to be looking at today is how do we make sure that our emails go to the right place, not in the spam folder. And also we are going to be looking at a cPanel. cPanel is a control panel. It is very common to many web hosting companies. And in cPanel, you can be able to manage your email, what called Webmail. If you have a custom email like info at or admin at or whatever, custom email for your website. So the control panel, the cPanel, is a place where you can manage emails. You can create the emails, and then from there, for example, here we have an email, Jinja at WordPress wcuganda.org. We have admin, we have info, and have others. So these emails here, cPanel gives you an option to manage them from here. And also, Mr. Ashaba is going to be sharing with us how best we can manage these emails and how we can use Gmail to actually connect and utilize these emails and more. So members, finally, we shall discuss about email subscriptions. If you're a person who wants to be sending out, for example, here on our website of Lives Uganda, I added here a plugin for subscriptions. People can subscribe, and then I can be able to send them an email. Like, for example, there is an email that I sent out here, and this plugin shows me how many of the people received the email, how many opened it, and this kind of email is going to many people. So if you are not careful, your email may end up in spam. So how do you get subscribers subscribe, and how can you be sending out newsletters or any notices to all the users of your website? So briefly, that is what you are going to be talking about. I want to welcome everyone who has tuned in, to today, who has logged in. And I want to welcome Mr. Ashaba to introduce himself. Then later on, other members will be introducing themselves as they react. If any member has a question, you will be introducing yourself, or you have a supplement, or you have a tip, you'll be introducing yourself later on. For now, Mr. Ashaba, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much, Rogers. I don't know if it is important to put a video, but I think it's okay. We can proceed like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Victor Nashava. Yeah, from Finance Businesses. My main topic of discussion is how to work with Webmail together with Gmail so that you do not be disturbed. You know, in most cases, most of us find it very hard to log in to Webmail. But then if you configure them with Gmail, you can always receive notifications on your phone. So briefly, that is what we are going to share. And then later on, we shall be discussing on how to improve the security of our email. So allow me to share a screen with us. So I've just opened an email called testing@venusbiz.com, which we want to configure and have it work with Gmail. So briefly, as we do that, we need to first understand. One is that Webmail is just an email system that you can use to access the emails via a browser. So for most of our sites, you'll find our site works when you put a /webmail, you go to the webmail of your site and you're able to log in with the emails that you have given permission. So, and then another thing is that these emails, in most cases, by default, they are under the TLS and SSL/SSL. In other words, TLS is the transport layer security, and then secure socket layer security for SSL. So these ones, they are given ports. Be aware of the port numbers. Just as you can follow from the screen that I've just displayed, I hope the members are able to see the screen. When you read through the secure SSL settings, which is the recommended, you will see that they will provide you the IMAP. IMAP is just an internet message access protocol. It is also very important for us to understand IMAP and port, the difference. Now for port, which is the post office protocol, it just gives you, it's a protocol under which all email will be downloaded computer. And in most cases, these emails are deleted from the server. So for those that will be using free sites, you find when you are given an opportunity to create an email, in most cases it will be using IMAP, which is an internet message access protocol. Under that one, the emails remain on your internet service provider, much as you are able to access them on your personal computer, and they are not deleted from the server. So most of our emails are given two options, the POP or IMAP. So you must understand the difference between the two as you're doing the configuration. And then we also have the outgoing server. Outgoing server is when you're sending, and then incoming server is when you're receiving. So briefly, we go to the configuration. So when you open your email, I hope all of us are following. On the right top corner there, you'll see something like settings. So that is where we go as we are starting our process of configuring with Gmail, and then we go to see all settings. They send mail as, and then they receive as. So in this case, we are going to be using the email that we have just created, which is a testing@venusbase.com. So we are going to add our email. So as you add the email, Gmail will ask you to input the name. So this name is the name that will appear as you're sending an email. So for our case, we want to put a name. For example, we shall be sending them as testing. So, and then the email we shall put testing@venusbase.com. And then there is also an important thing called the treat as an alias. So treat as an alias means you can either configure the email which is not yours. For example, if you are working on behalf of a company, you will find you're using your Gmail to configure an email that does not belong to you. So Gmail gives you an opportunity for you to select or unselect. So when we select, it means the email that we are configuring belongs to us. But if we unselect, it means the email you're configuring does not belong to you. And then you proceed to next. So when you go to next, it will ask you SMTP server. The SMTP server is venusbase.com. And then under, they're asking you for the port. So you remember when we were talking about the port, the email they sent us on how we can configure, they sent us the port details. So you will see that one of the ports that we have is, we are having 995, and then we have the one for the outgoing as 465. So we have to change the port number here for outgoing to 465, and then the username in most cases is the name of the email, and then the password is the password that we gave it, and then we select the SSL, which is the recommended one, and then you say add account. So when you say add account, it will test for the credentials. So what it does, it will send you the code that you will put in there for it to be added to your Gmail. Yes, so they have sent us the code here. So we shall copy this code that has just been sent to us, and then we shall add it here, and then we shall click verify. So when you're through with verifying, when you come here, you'll realize that they have been able to add testing@venusbase.com. So what does this mean to us? It means I am able to now send the email testing@venusbase.com using my Gmail. Then just on the side, we have different options. You can be able to edit the information, you can be able to delete the account, and then you can make as default. Now, make as default, I'm going to explain it when we go to try and send an email. We shall see what it does. And then we have to receive the emails this side, so we need to add an email that will be able to receive. So when you go to add, they will ask you the email that you want to add. For our case, we are going to use testing. We say next, and then they want to import emails from the other account, which is POP3. So now, because ours is a free one, it is a POP3, but then if you are going to use the Gmail file, then there you'll find yourself even using the IMAP. So when you say next, they will ask you the username. For our username, we are using testing at venusbase.com, and then the password is already created, and then the port number here that they are asking was already sent to us. So we need to check here and ask ourselves the port number. So when you read through here, for the incoming server, port 3, it is under the port number of 995. So in other words, they want us to select the port of 995. So we select that one, and then there are important things here we need to correct. One is, do we want to leave a copy of the retrieved messages on the server? If you check this one, it will mean that when you go to the webmail of testing, you will be unable to find any email that was sent to that email. All the emails will come to Gmail. So for that, you can use it in case you know that you're configuring an email that will be receiving so many emails and you do not have enough space. So you can select this, or if you know you're just using it once in a while, you can leave it unselected. And then there is also another important one that you will need to consider of labeling the incoming messages. So we need to label our incoming messages. I want us to, we shall look at an example, but then when you don't label your incoming messages, you'll be confused which messages are from testing at VenusBase, which messages are from Gmail. So the importance of labeling is for you to be able to differentiate them. You can change the name, you can leave it the way it is. For example, for ours, we can call them testing, and we say okay. And then you can also select this if you want to archive the incoming messages, if you know that they are so important that you need to capture them and archive them. So under this, you add an account. So when you finish adding an account, we just wait a bit as it adds an account. Our internet is delaying a bit. There was a problem. Testing. Let's repeat again. This port number is. Okay, we just wait a little bit. The network is just. Something we are not marking well. 995. Okay, so we are just waiting a little bit. So as it loads, we can be testing the others. So now, assuming now we want to confirm when you're going to send your email, you can be able to send your email as testing@venusbase.com inside your Gmail address because you have already finished. And then, I'm sorry about this. The connection timeout. Let's retry it again. They are saying a connection timeout. We are just doing this for the last time. Okay, we come to accounts, and then we go to add to check from another email, and then we put testing at Venus base, and then we click next, and then Venus password 995, then label as that, and then you add. My network is just delaying a little bit. Oh. So briefly, that is sorry, there is a problem. So about the server is on and off. Next.
Mr. Shaba?
Yes.
Maybe as I don't know whether you had
Okay.
Okay.
It has worked.
Okay.
So we are through. It is now testing. It is now trying to check all the emails that are on testing at Venus base, and in no minutes we shall be receiving them in our inbox. So as you can see, that the emails that were sent to testing at Venus base have been received in the Gmail, but this time they are labeled as testing at Venus base as we had indicated. So configure your Gmail to work with the webmail. I think, Rogers, briefly, that is what I can share. I think for other questions, I will be waiting for them to respond to them. Yes, Rogers.
Your Gmail and the other side. So when you click on compose, for example, it will allow you to send an email from. You can either choose, like for me, I have connected my Makerere email here, Makerere University. So if I want to send an email as a student of Makerere, I just switch. Instead of, if I don't want to use them Rogers for Christ, I use that. Or I can use my other custom email on rogers@makerere.com. So it is very important that we learn how to set up our Gmail to read and send emails from our inbox, the other side on the server. Now, I want us to so that was the first segment concerning that, and the members who have not really understood it very well, I invite you to go and look at that other. You look at that other video on YouTube. If you go to this website of meetup.com, we have put a link. It's one of the links that is there. How to connect your cPanel email to Gmail. Okay, that is one thing. Now, another thing that I want us to really discuss about before we go into have the general discussion is about email blacklists. What causes your email to be? What are email blacklists and how to avoid them? Many times we send our emails out, and when we send these emails out, they don't reach. They either go to spam folder, and one of the main reasons is because the emails have been blacklisted. Normally, if you are running a website like a WordPress site and you have some plugins which are obsolete, which have not been activated for some time, it is very, very likely that those emails, those plugins will be compromised, and they will start sending out emails. They will start sending out a lot of emails, spam emails and all that. So if your website starts sending out very many emails, your website, your server will be blacklisted. The IP address for your server will be blacklisted. So Google, when it starts receiving a lot of spam from a given source, Google will say, this source here has been compromised, and it will block. Even if you send emails which are authentic, they always go to spam because the emails have been blacklisted. Your server has been blacklisted. So there's an article here. If you search about email blacklists, so you can be able to find out if your email has been blacklisted. Now, to find out if you are on an email blacklist, there are some services. Online, blacklist services online, which can help you to test if your website has been blacklisted or not. So for example, there is this one called Bakuda Reputation Blacklist. When you go there, if you realize your emails are really not low, whenever you send the emails, they don't go to they are not delivered. And when you send out your emails, even when you send from cPanel or from Gmail, the way when those emails are not going out. So you can try out going to this Bakuda blacklist, and then you can be able to check. This is one of the services that you can go to the homepage. You can be able to check if your email has. You can be able to check from here. Your email address. You can put in. You can be able to check. This one I think requires logging in first. This one requires logging in first. You can sign up here and then you can use that. But there are others which are quick, like this MT toolbox. I think this one I've used it. There are very many. So this one can be able to check for your website whether it has been blacklisted or not. And if it is blacklisted, you can be able to request that your website is whitelisted so that it can send. Yeah, this is where you look up from. So you can put there a domain name that you want to test, and then it will be able to tell you whether that particular domain name has been blacklisted or not. Yeah, so that is what you can do. For example, let me try to put what? Let me try to put which website? Anyway, let me not put a website, but you can try it out. mxtoolbox.com, and then you can look up whether your email is blacklisted or not. So please watch out for email blacklists. So you can be able to use those services. So to make sure that you are not blacklisted. So there is a lot of guidance here about email blacklists. I don't know if there is any member who has ever been blacklisted or not. We could be able to share with us about that. Okay, then also the other issue why WordPress sites may not be sending out emails is if you have not authenticated your website. For example, let me come back to this website here of WordPress community. So there is a plugin which you can use. It is known as WP Mail SMTP. WP Mail SMTP. If you go to plugins and then you add WP Mail SMTP. This one, if you have not put it there, WordPress will be using the conventional way of sending emails using PHP. But if you set up SMTP, WP Mail SMTP, this one here will be able to ensure that it authenticates your website, that it authenticates your website to send out emails from your website. So for example, when you come to WP Mail SMTP, this is very vital. Everyone who has a WordPress site which sends out emails, it is vital that you set up you install this plugin. So there you can put the email address from which you want the emails to be getting out from, and then you can put there the from name. You can specify If your website is Mukalele Rogers, you can put there Mukalele Rogers. If your website is whichever company name, you can put there the company name. That is the name in which the emails will be getting out to go. Then there are what you call mailers. So there are very many mailers here. There is the default one, which is PHP. So in case you don't have this plugin installed, you'll be using PHP mailer, which is many times Google considers emails coming from PHP to be spam. So you should be very, very careful. Then we have smtp.com. We have PepiPost. I've tried out Sendinblue. Even on this website, actually, we have Sendinblue here. Mailgun, SendGrid. SendGrid is also very, very. These ones are mailers. These mailers here, they can make sure that, first of all, they make sure that your site sends out authenticated emails, and they can help you to send out very many emails without them getting blacklisted. So you can use any of these services, even Gmail, which we have been talking about. You can connect Gmail such that whenever your website sends out an email, it is actually coming from a Gmail account. So your website can be sending email as your Gmail, instead of it sending as another domain. So you can use that as well. Then we have other SMTP. If you don't want to use any of these mailers, you can use other SMTP. So with other, if you select other SMTP, whenever you select a service here, it puts the settings down below. So if you choose other SMTP, it will come and ask you your website name. Then it will ask you for your encryption type, whether SSL or not. It will ask you for the SMTP port. So this SMTP port, you go back the other side where we have been looking at. So you come here and then you click on connect devices. In cPanel, in your control panel where there are email accounts, you can be able to click on connect devices, and from connect devices, you can be able to get the settings from there. The SMTP port, the IMAP port, and all these things here. So you come and you put them inside your website. So you are giving the website permission to log into your email account and send an authenticated email, instead of just sending emails from the scripts from PHP, which are very, very likely to be going to spam. So you can be able to set up the port, you put the authentication, you put in your email and password and save. So when you do that, you can then go to the email test. You can do an email test, and then your website will be able to send some email. Yeah, so let me try to do an email test here. So it is very important. This is what I'm saying. We want to avoid our emails from going to spam. So one, I've talked about the email blacklist. Ensure that your website is not blacklisted. So you look out for Barracuda, or you look out for MX lookup tool. So you use those ones to see. Then after that, install a plugin known as WP Mail SMTP and set it up. Put in either you go to other SMTP and put in your SMTP details from your hosting account. So there, emails will be getting out. They will always be when the emails get out, they will be authenticated. So you can see here the email which I have just sent out right now. It is coming from WordPress community Uganda, and it is this name WordPress community Uganda. I'm the one who said that plugin helped me to set it. So if I had wanted it to be a different name, otherwise if you don't use this plugin, it will be using a different name that may be a default name it will be getting. Yeah, so you use this plugin WP Mail SMTP to make sure that your emails they don't go to spam. They go to the right place when you send them out there. Yeah, so that is one thing that we also looked at. So you get your SMTP details from cPanel, and then you connect them to your website such that it sends out emails in an authenticated manner. Then finally, I want also to talk about if you are a kind of person who wants to be sending out very many emails to a community from your website, it's good not to just be sending out very many emails directly from your site. you get a mailer. We have mailers who are good, who have set up business, particularly to do with emails, and they have registered with Google, they have registered with all these companies. So emails sent by them are always coming from. They are always coming from. They are trusted because they have registered and they are known for that. So if you send an email, for example, let me try to see this email which has just come out here. If you look at this email, okay, this email here is sent by WC Uganda and it is signed by WC Uganda. So it is my website which has sent this email directly. But there are some emails you receive, they are sent, but they are signed by another organization. For example, signed by maybe SendGrid or sent by some other organization. For example, let me check one of my emails here. Let me just get, for example, there's this Uganda job line. You see, this Uganda job line sends out emails every day. It sends out emails on jobs. So, but if you look at who sends out the emails are coming from jobs in Uganda. This is the title, but they are coming from feedprox@google.com, and they are signed. The subject is this, but they are signed by Google. So this person is using the Google mailer. It's not coming directly from the site. So the site sends to a mailer, and then the mailer sends out the emails. We have other mailers, like, for example, SendGrid. SendGrid is a very common one. SendGrid is a very common mailer. This one here, SendGrid, it is very, very common. So you'll find emails when they are signed by SendGrid, and you can be able to check out SendGrid, and it can help you to send out emails. But also, there is one known as MailPoet. It is very good at sending out. Actually, it's the best WordPress plugin for, according to me, for newsletter. It's known as newsletter plugin for WordPress called MailPoet. This MailPoet here is very, very, very good, and I've used it. It is better email for WordPress powered websites. This is good for people who have subscribers. You are going to be sending out emails regularly. You are going to be sending notifications. You have a community of users on your website. So if you just don't use this and you just use directly the other side, your server might easily be blacklisted because of high volume of what? Of emails. So you come and set up MailPoet here. MailPoet is free for the first day. There's a plan which is free. And then if you want to send out very many more emails, you can be able to pay. So particularly MailPoet here, it is having a free plan for 1,000 subscribers. So if you are going to be having 1,000 subscribers, at least for the first 1,000 subscribers, it is free. Then if you get more subscribers, you can be paying some little dollars accordingly. So you come here to MailPoet and you create an account. You just come here and you register. You can be able to select your MailPoet version, and then you register. If you don't have an account, you can sign up, and then after getting your account, MailPoet will also ask you your website so that you can authenticate your website. It will ask you for those SMTP. The other, like the way we did in WordPress. So you connect, you put in your email password, and it validates. It sends you an email, and you click on it. It approves that you are the one. Now, after doing that, you come to WordPress. You also install a plugin called MailPoet here. So when you install this plugin called MailPoet, it is also a plugin in WordPress. So it will tell you to log in. It will tell you to log in. So for example, on this WordPress Community Uganda website, we have more than 1,000 subscribers already, and we have been sending out emails using MailPoet. Even today, I may send out, if you have not subscribed to our website, you go on the homepage, find where there is subscription. So we are using MailPoet plugin to handle our subscriptions. So you can be able to send out beautiful emails. Like for example, this email here. Hello. Hello. You can edit your email, put the logo, put your header, and then you can come and design here. Here, I'm sending emails to the users who have registered on this website. So it will automatically pick the person's name, maybe Hello Peter. And then after that, you can type your email, you put in your details, and after that, you put a button and then WordPress Community Uganda team. So this is an email that you can send out to the users who have registered on your site, and it customizes the user's name and everything. And after that, it keeps telling you how many people have opened the email. So under MailPoet here, you can be able to check the people who, how many the emails that went out, how many people opened them, how many. So you can be able to know how many of your users, your subscribers have actually so here I can see there's a report here for this particular email that I sent out. It gives me the statistics that, okay, you sent out this email, it was sent to 107 people and 34% opened and 12% clicked, because this email was telling them to click so that they can be able to join the meetup. So this was the email that we sent out. So MailPoet, one, you do those, you first sign up for MailPoet, the other side, then you install the plugin here and connect. In the settings, is somewhere it will ask you to connect to give you the API from the settings the other side, and then you put it in here, and then from there you set up some other few settings. And then whenever emails are sent, they will not be sent by your website direct. They will be sent by MailPoet. Let me just get this email here that we sent, and you see, I hope it is still there as I finalize. Members, I'm going to bring you in because we have been talking a lot. So I'm trying to search for this email that we sent out. Okay, this is the email. This email came from WordPress. I never typed this email manually. This email here, it came from WordPress, and it came as a beautiful email to all the people who had registered. But look here, it is saying the email is coming from WC Uganda via sendingservice.net. So it is sendingservice.net, which is going to take care of that, and it is mailed by sendingservice.net. So this means that this email is not mailed by WC Uganda, the website itself, directly. It is being sent out by a mailer, and so it is protecting my server from being flagged as spam for sending out very many emails, and it is also helping me to handle the issues of subscription. And these people of MailPoet, they will always ensure that their emails, they don't go to spam, so that they are reached. But if you just send out very high volumes of emails from your website will be blacklisted, and your emails will stop going to inbox, and will be going to spam. Okay, so members, I don't know whether I've been very fast, but those are the main issues. I'm now going to be requesting each member to share with us what he thinks, or if you have any question. I'm going to be going one by one, so prepare what you are going to tell us about this whole procedure. If you have anything you want us to clarify about emails, right from cPanel, Gmail, blacklists, SMTP configuration with WordPress, and sending out newsletters using mailers like MailPoet, you can be able to, or you can be able to share something else that you think we have not hinted on. Okay, let me start with Mr. JB. Mr. JB Ochepa.
Yes, please.
Yes, is there any comment or any question or anything you want to share about this?
Yeah, thank you so much for the chance and opportunity. I've enjoyed, and I'm getting something so serious here. Actually, I manage a school site, elitehighschool.com, that's the domain. And I'm the webmaster for it. Now, I'm not the developer of the site. Okay. But the good thing through this meetups actually given me an opportunity to manage it well. Now, there is something I'm inquiring. What happens, or why is it that after you've added the email, to the one you want to receive, like a default user email you want to be receiving from the site direct. Like when you go to Gmail and you open it as usual, it can you filter the messages coming, but still it reports you on your tab that there is an error checking the email from the domain site. I keep getting that message. I wanted maybe you would help me out on that. And what should I do for that? Or to avoid that? What brings that? Is it outdated plugins? Is it what? Something like that. Clarification on that. Question number 2, I wanted to know, you've talked about sending bulk emails from the site. With the mailers that you have said, I think you're appreciating, is it Poet?
Mail
the
poet.
one of Mail Poet. Mail Poet. So I was just inquiring, if you have another mailer on your website that as a plugin that was added, and then you're seeking this one to be added there, won't there be like collisions? What happens? Won't there be collisions if you have many mailers on your site? Or can you have many mailers on your website, given the situation in case you want to, or you need to uninstall maybe one and then you run one plugin at a time, since there are quite many there? For now, let me first have those questions maybe answered, then I'll see what can be added on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me get a round of members' reactions and comments, then I'll come back and answer any. And a member can be able to respond to any other member's question or whatever. So just feel free. Mr. Kakairi, are you there? Mr. Kakairi, are you there? Okay. Mr. Kakaire, it seems is not readily available. Mr. Mukisa, are you there?
I am here, Rogers.
Yes. What have you picked from the session today? Or do you have any compliment or question?
You see, for me, designing websites, I just learned from YouTube online.
Okay.
So I keep learning new things daily, even when I attend such sessions by WordPress, Meetups, and so on. So today I've learned this. I know I'm a slow learner, but I know whom to contact so that I can add on. I will get there. I'm appreciating for such an opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Mr. Dumba. Mr. Dumba.
Yes, please.
Yeah, any experience with emails or any reactions to this meetup?
I've only been using forwarders, but from what I've seen here, I think I'm going to up my game now.
Okay.
I'm going to start using the plugins you suggested. And then I also connecting Google to the email is something I've learned, and I use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, Mr. Some member called Technopop to Power. I don't know who this is. You maybe rename yourself, but you can tell us if you have any reaction or any compliment or any question. Is a member with Technopop to Power? Okay, is not able to hear us. Okay, Mr. Turiomusi Ivan. Mr. Turiomusi Ivan, are you there?
Mr. Mkalele.
Yes. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. So thank you so much, Robert, for your presentation.
Welcome.
Me, I have a question about Webmail. Yeah, I'm new in WordPress, but at least I've designed some 2 or 3 websites with WordPress. But now there's a problem with the emails.
How what? Hello?
She couldn't find some of her emails that. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You're saying emails which do what?
Okay, she couldn't find some of her emails. She claimed she had emails like dating a week back. Now, after 1 week, she opened her Webmail. So, what do you think could be the problem? Is there a way to retrieve them?
She's not able to access her old emails.
Yeah, some of her old emails.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I hope everyone has got a chance to speak. Mr. Kakaire, are you there? Mr. Kakaire is not able to get us, and our colleague with Technopop to Power is also not able. Okay, let me go back to Mr. Ashava. Mr. Ashava, have you had the questions? Do you have any responses to any of them? Or any supplement? Mr. Ashava? Okay, it seems, yes, go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. There was a question about the configuration that the email keeps on sending an error. Unfortunately, that one is not because of it's not because of the plugins. You have to, one of the common mistakes that normally come in is when you're describing those port numbers, because I've also ever experienced an error based on the port number that you describe. So I think one is to make sure you follow the procedure correctly, make sure you're entering the port numbers very well. I think basically is that one. I didn't capture the other questions very well. My audio is on and off.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, yes, Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, you are yes.
Yes, thank you so much. I took off because my battery went flat, so I had to relocate and connect it to charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, thank you so much for the work that you have so far presented. And there is one thing that I would like to seek some clarification on. There is configuring your kind of custom email address with the Google, and then configuring such a custom email address with Outlook. Which one is much safer?
Okay.
Outlook as one of the applications in Microsoft Suite.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now let me respond to these questions, and then we shall be winding up our meetup within around 10 minutes. We shall be winding up this particular meetup. Now, let me start with the last question. Mr. Martin brings in the issue of email clients. Email clients, these ones are applications which you give permission to check your email and send for you emails. So instead of you logging into Gmail every day or logging into your website every day, into the web mail, you can just be opening Outlook, which is a program on the computer, just like Word. You open it, and then you can use it to send emails. You type your emails, send, and when the internet is on, it receives emails for you. So that is known as an email client. Now, Outlook, when you set it up, it will still ask you for the same things. It will ask you for the port, the username, the password, the way we did for Google. So it will also ask you for those, and then once it authenticates, it will be able to send and receive emails. So Outlook, the advantage with Outlook is that even when there is no internet, you can type your emails, do everything you want, read your emails, and then you can be able to, when internet comes back, you just connect and send emails, and others come in, others go out. But just like you'd use on a phone has these apps like the Gmail app and what. Even when there is no internet, you can be able to read your emails which came yesterday, and you can even respond and they be like the drafts. So when you connect data MBs, the emails go and others come in, something like that. So it synchronizes with the server. That is a good thing. Now, the disadvantage with Outlook is that it is on that computer where you have set it up. So when you go to another place where the Outlook is not logged in, you cannot use it. So you can just have to go back to the mailer. But now configuring Google is also like, now when you configure it the way Ashaba has shown us, you will be configuring your Gmail to be like an email client. So your Google will be doing that for you. It will be checking for your emails, and then you will be able to send your emails through Google without going the other side. And with your Google, since you open it regularly, you can always keep up to speed with your emails on the server. So that is what I can say about Outlook. Then Mr. JB Ochepa, he talked about error checking mail. Yes, when you make your what if you connect your for example your Google your Webmail to any email client, whether it is Google, whether Outlook or whatever, it may reach a time and it stops being able to check emails from the server. That one happens if the settings have changed, maybe on the server, or there's something which requires you to refresh the connection again. So you may have to go back to the settings and you reconnect the account with the proper ports and everything, so that it can be able to check again very well. So sometimes it requires you to reconnect your account so that you can be able to have your emails checking very well. Then someone talked about the mailers. Now, it's not good to have very many mailers on your website. If you are using another mailer, already having subscribers and everything, what you do, you export the subscribers. Most of these mailers have a way of exporting subscribers. So you can export your subscribers from the other into a CSV or Excel format, and then you disable that plugin if you no longer need it, and then you install, for example, MailPoet, and then you can be able to import your subscribers. So for example, here I have some of the subscribers. You can export them, and then you disable this plugin, put in a new plugin, and then import. Then you continue with this. Otherwise, there's going to be no need for you to have two mailers doing the same thing. Okay, and then finally, someone talked about checking old emails in his Webmail. Now, Webmail, you can easily lose your emails because this is on a server. This server, anytime you can, this cPanel account, for example, for me, I don't know how many times I have migrated the servers. Sometimes I migrate the servers and I'm not able to migrate my emails. So it may be very important that one, your emails, you set up your emails to be going to Google as well. It also serves as a backup. So even if you change the server, you will always have these emails available. This is a new interface of Roundtube. Roundtube is an email application that that is within cPanel, and recently cPanel has actually updated it, so it is looking very nice. The interface here, it wasn't like this. Yeah, there are others like SpiderMail and others, but Roundtube is really very good, the current version of Roundtube. But these emails here, you can easily lose them. So what you need to do is make sure that, one, you have connected them to Google, so they also go to Google. Even if this cPanel account is deleted, you can always get another cPanel hosting account, and then you connect again. Your emails will be in Google. Otherwise, you may lose out. You may lose out from your emails that are normally that you may have to receive. Otherwise, you can always check in your inbox in your cPanel, and let me see if there are any backups of all the emails that are there. Okay, members, that is all for today. I want to thank you very much for coming. Unless if there is any